Standing before you are amendments to the land use bylaw proposing adding secondary suite and backyard suite as uses in the RC1 and RC1L districts in Wards 7, 8, 9, and 11.
And with that, passionate pleas for and against secondary suites began. Good morning, everyone. 11 hours later, some progress forward, albeit quite a small step progress-wise. A motion to make secondary suites legal in the inner-city wards of 7, 8, 9, and 11 passing first reading by council. The proposed bylaw is a compromise, by the way. The motion strikes a balance between the city's need for affordable housing and the concerns of people worried about how rental units will affect neighborhoods. If approved as is, secondary suites would need to be licensed and registered, and anyone wanting to build a suite would need to let neighbors know as part of the building permit process. Under the proposed bylaw, those neighbors would also be able to appeal. Council voting in favor of moving the proposed bylaw forward.
We've gathered support clear across the city. So between people signing our petition, between people who've generated unique emails of support to city councillors, we have over 3,100 unique individuals. That's people who are willing to actually be identified and put their names on a petition or in an email. So we think that's pretty encouraging.
There are rules and regulations in place to prevent negative spillover. We're not talking about removing those. We're talking about addressing those issues, and we're talking about improving private property rights for thousands of Calgarians in a way that also improves affordability in the city.
Council still needs to pass the bylaw 2 more times, by the way, before it does take effect. And as with any hot-button issue, a lot can happen between votes. The bylaw is back before council again on June 29th of this year. Stateside this morning, investigators will be on the scene of an Amtrak train derailment in Philadelphia. A 6th person has died now. Nearly 140 others are in hospital. Armed with flashlights, crews going from car to car looking for passengers inside 7 cars that went off the tracks. The train derailing while en route from Washington, D.C. to New York City. 243 people on board at the time. The impact of this derailment, leaving the cars torn apart, the engine a mangled mess. Witnesses say until the very second of impact, everything seemed normal.
I saw so many head injuries and, bloody faces, and, people were really injured. They were thrown out of their seats. One girl slammed into, one of the seats. There are a lot of fractures, arms, shoulders, all kinds of fractures. And there was nothing I could do to help. I had nothing except to just talk to the people and try to help them.
The area where the crash happened, by the way, is known as Frankfurt Junction. In 1943, that very stretch of track was the site of one of the deadliest train accidents in the United States. The crash in 1943 killed 79 people. It's now 6:06. On the other side of the world this morning, thousands of people in Nepal spending a second night outdoors after a powerful earthquake yesterday killed dozens of people. The death toll from the latest quake is at least 65, with nearly 2,000 other people injured. A massive quake last month in the very same region, killing more than 8,100. Samaritan's Purse is on the ground in Nepal, helping the nearly 3 million people who have been displaced, including hundreds of thousands who are afraid to return to their houses. Calgarian Bruce Piercy is doing what he can to help.
So people were returning to their homes and life was starting to get back to normal. And then this happened today, so everybody's back out sleeping under a tree tonight.
Foreign Affairs says all Canadian Forces members in Nepal are safe and accounted for this morning. Some members of Canada's DART team, that's the Disaster Assistance Response Team, they were temporarily stranded while visiting remote villages after a landslide blocked the route back to base. There you go. That's your news.